Hello, my fellow Ripplers. This is Chris Miles, your cash flow expert and anti-financial advisor. Welcome to your show that's for you and about you. Those who work so hard for your money, and you want your money to start working harder for you right now. You want that freedom, cash flow, and prosperity today, not 30 or 40 years from now, but right now, to live that life that you love, doing what you love with those that you love. But most importantly, guys, not as about creating financial freedom for yourself, but it's about creating a legacy by creating that ripple effect through people's lives. Because as you're blessed financially, you have a greater ability and impact to do the same. Thank you for so much allowing me to create a ripple effect through you guys. Again, binging, sharing, applying the things that we talk about here. And by the way, even making us top 1% in the world of podcasts and even top of Blog Talk and on Blog Talk Radio for business and finance. It's all because of you guys. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much. As a reminder, go subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Money Ripples with Chris Miles page. Go there. There's lots of great videos, these podcasts as well, especially if you need to see some things, especially when we show numbers, things like that. Great place to get some resources. Be sure to check that out.
Chris Miles was able to retire twice by the time he was 39 years old, but he's not content to just enjoy his own financial freedom and peace of mind. Chris wants you to have your own ripple effect so you can live free today. He's not the financial advisor you expected. He's the anti-financial advisor you deserve. He's jumping behind the mic right now, ready to make waves. Here's Chris Miles.
All right, today, guys, I want to bring up a conversation that one of you listeners brought up to me. I had a guy that emailed and said, Chris, I would love to know about how those of us that don't have lots and tons of money all over the place, maybe we don't have millions of dollars, we're just getting started. How do we go about doing that? And I thought that was a great question to bring up. And I said, you know what, I'm going to do a show on that. And then just last night, I got an email from another friend. And she said, Chris, I know somebody who they've been, they make decent money, but they really been paycheck to paycheck. And now they've got some money in their laps. What do they do with it? So I'm going to give you guys the very advice I gave her last night. And I would give to this fellow listener and friend as well, just to give you guys that big boost, to give you guys that fresh start. So the number one thing I told her in that email was, first, get education. Now, of course, if you're listening to this podcast, you're already doing that, right? But get education from the right people. Don't go following people that tell you the stale old money advice of save everything, save it for the long haul, put it in the stock market or mutual funds, and someday you might have something. Don't do that stuff, right? Don't follow that. If you want passive income, follow those that teach passive income. Here's what's important. Follow those that have been there, done that, and doing it today. That's key. You don't want a has-been who maybe who accidentally got lucky and they're trying to teach stuff that was their past success, like Uncle Rico and Napoleon Dynamite, where he's going to throw that pigskin over those mountains, right? Not like that. We don't want somebody who's going back to their glory days. We want somebody who's actually doing it today. So they come from a place of wisdom and understanding and can help you get there faster than even we did ourselves. Now, whether you follow me or anybody else, it doesn't matter. There's lots of great podcasts out there, lots of great hosts. I've been on many of their shows and there's some great kick butt people out there, but definitely follow those of us that have actually walked that. Again, if you want to have that kind of life, you want to have the life of those that you're following, not following somebody who's a blind guide, right? So get that education first. Now, here's an important thing about that education as well, is make sure it's not just teaching strategy. Any education that teaches only strategy is a surefire way for you to fail. You will fail if you only follow strategy. Strategies are great. You need them, but you got to understand the principles of passive income and investing and money and things like that first before you apply these strategies. Otherwise, you're going to mess it up. You're going to be like the gamblers out there who are throwing their money and gambling in crypto and stocks. And you're like, well, you just described me, Chris. Okay, well, if that's what you're doing, that's your plan for wealth creation, you're going to lose. I'm sorry, but you are, right? You will not get wealthy just trying to gamble. There are very specific economic principles you need to be following to ensure that you not only create wealth and get out of the rat race, but keep it there. And take this from a guy who's done it twice, who had it and then lost it and then came back again with much more better wisdom the second time around when I did it. Okay. So just know that's the key. So you need the education first. Now, while you're getting that education, you don't have to just wait till the education's there. You're never going to attain education to the point where you know everything, right? but you will get to a place where you'll get more and more comfortable. While you're doing that, start building up. This is number 2. I told my friend, build up your cash reserves, specifically at least 6 months of your monthly expenses. This is taking out your taxes. This is taking out contributions into savings plans, taking out, those sort of things, like maybe charitable donations, right? Things that maybe you would normally spend money on if you did not have any income coming in. So we want to look at that. So if that for you is $5,000 or $6,000 a month, say it's $6,000 a month, you would want to have at least $36,000 of savings available just in case. And if you're a business owner, you might want 12 months. You may want double that number. Regardless, you want to build that number first. Here's the warning that comes with this. So many people that get this advice say, oh, Chris, but I want to invest now. I want to do it now. Again, take it from somebody who screwed up and then did it right, and have done it several times. I've been through the ups and downs, right? I will tell you, you will get there faster if you do this step first. A book I recommend beyond, of course, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which is a great one to help with that education piece. Another great book is called The Richest Man in Babylon. It's done in story format, so it's kind of cool. It's even a great one you can even have your older kids reading. Younger kids might be a little bit tough, but older kids would probably get it, especially if you're about teenager or preteen. But they teach about having that foundation, having those reserves first before you try to invest. Because so often, so many people try to skip that step and then they land themselves where I call it the rubber band effect, where all of a sudden you start to make money and then it collapses. You make money and it collapses. You never really keep it. It never becomes something that really grows. You don't really get the sustainable wealth. So you got to have this foundational piece first. And again, this was one of my weak points. This is why I'm hitting this so hard, because I did it. I would do those things where I would liquidate my savings account and then without fail, something would happen that I'm scrambling for money. And when you're in that place of scrambling, of scarcity, you tend to miss the best opportunities for creating the best cash flow, the best growth of your money, and the best prosperity. So do not skip this step. The first step is getting those cash reserves. Number 3 that I told her. So we said 1 was the education, 2 was the emergency reserves, 3 is start looking for ways to free up cash, right? So I told her, I said, hey, are there debts that this person has? Anything that might give them a better return than if they went and invested it. Here's the thing, guys. Like if I have a car loan that is, say, a $5,000 balance left on it, and I'm paying $250 a month, guaranteed I'm paying that thing off before I invest, because I'm going to make way more cash flow off that. 5,000, I would hope I'd make, maybe $40 a month off of it. But if I could free up $250 a month by paying off that loan, that's a no-brainer and it's guaranteed, right? And that gives you the cash to just accelerate it faster. So even if it's a low interest rate, at that point, it doesn't matter. Now, if I had a car loan that's a $30,000 balance and I'm paying, say, $500 a month, I'm probably not going to pay it off, especially if it's low interest. I'm probably going to say, you know what, I'm going to let that go, because I know over these next, 5 years or whatever for this car loan, I can make way more investing it than there. But again, it depends on who you are as a steward and what opportunities you know. If you don't know any investments that would pay you a decent return, then don't do it. If you gamble with it, trying to hope that you might make money in Bitcoin, not the right move, right? You want to make sure you're doing what's right. And so I'd recommend, if you haven't already downloaded this, go on moneyripples.com, get my free ebook. You can download it for free, called Beyond Rice and Beans, 7 Secrets to Free Up Cash Today. Great tips on ways to free up some cash. Very short and concise. I mean, you could literally read it in like a half-hour lunch break, right? It's very short and concise, but there's some good tips in there. The key episode you'd probably want to learn, if you're talking about debt and stuff, is the one I talked about, the cash flow index, which I've had in previous episodes. So that's a great one. So again, look for ways to free up cash flow. That's third. So education, cash reserves, then cash flow. Third is then look for passive income opportunities, right? Now you're at this point where you're ready to start doing that. Now, yes, there are things like you've heard me advertise on this show. There are companies out here, and we never give investment advice, but you've heard advertisements of investments as little as $100 or $1,000. Yeah, you know what? While you're building up cash reserves, maybe you get to 10 or 20 grand, and you're not quite to the 6 months, but you're getting there. You might say, you know what? Let's take $1,000 and just go and invest it, just to get those few dollars a month, right? Great, do that. That's fine. That could work. But do not, again, cannibalize your savings to go and start investing. But as you start to build those reserves, you start to have it up, and now you start redirecting all that money you've been building your cash reserves now into investing. By the way, if you've been putting money and stuffing it into 401ks, you might want to stop contributions now. Stop those contributions, either one, to free up cash flow, because maybe there's some debts you'd pay off that'd be better off and give you more cash flow there. Or two, you could probably make more better money outside of the mutual fund, outside of the 401k. And as you already heard me say a few weeks ago about the myth of the match, that 401k lie, if you haven't heard it, go back and listen to it, because it's some good information about why the match does not matter. So this is where we start to invest, right? Now, what do you invest in? It just depends. There's so many options. Again, we talk about this on the show, right? We talk about different opportunities, but really it does come down to more of this personal one-on-one basis. Now, here's the thing, is that our goal is to get you guys financially independent by 2030. I want over 1,000 of you financially independent by that year. That's less than 10 years from now, right? We've already got many of our one-on-one clients on the way there. Well, we had to figure out, like, what are we going to do to give you a bigger impact, give you a better chance? Because here's the thing. If you've got at least $200,000 in savings, IRAs, or old 401ks, maybe you got like 300,000 or so in equity in your house or something like that. You got at least a combination of these things where you got at least a few $100,000 you can invest with. You should be reaching out to us. You should go to our website, go to the contact us page and say, hey, I would like a cash flow analysis. I would like to see really how much passive income I could create and how quickly I can get to that goal, to that passive income goal. Great. You'd be perfect to work with us one-on-one if you have at least that much. So if you don't have at least a few $100,000 to invest from equity in a home, from savings or IRAs or old 401ks, then you know what? It's probably not even worthwhile reaching out to us for a one-on-one appointment that way, because we want to make sure we at least double whatever you pay us. And that's why we want to make sure we know for a fact that we can double the results that you get in that within the first year, right? So that's the thing. We want to make sure it's certain that we're giving you way bigger results than what you're paying us. Now, you might be like my friend that emailed, a few months back, or this friend that emailed last night and saying, hey, here's the situation. Maybe we're not quite at having $200,000 sitting in savings or IRAs or 401ks, right? Maybe we're not there yet, but we're on our way. Or maybe we're just starting to free up money, right? Maybe we're a better fit for infinite banking or something like that. Great. We finally created a way for you guys to do that, so we can actually teach you and give you that same information, but help you on that path to get started. So what we did is we developed a program now launching today. It's an online interactive experience, right? An online interactive training called the Wealth Acceleration Academy. Now, the whole purpose of this Wealth Acceleration Academy is to get your foundation piece set, get you to the place where you're ready to go, so that you're prepared, so that you even know how to analyze an investment or an opportunity, even if a business opportunity comes along or something like that, to get to the place where you can start investing and generating some passive income now. So we give all that education. So think way better than you get from these podcasts, right? All the education that helps us be able to figure out, teach you the things about how to free up cash flow, how to find those results. By the way, I've had people pay me 25 grand or more even to help them free up cash flow. In fact, the average person has freed up, get this, out of about 850 clients, the cash flow that's been freed up without passive investing, without passive income, just freeing up cash, has been about $33,000 to $34,000 a year and counting. That's about $2,800 a month, guys. So the cool thing is this program is not even close to that benefit. The program's $997, or if you do it one time for the year, or you could pay monthly for 12 months, that's $97 a month, right? Obviously, you save when you do the annual. This one, if you want to check out more information on this, you just go to moneyripples.com/WAA, as in Wealth Accelerator Academy. You can go there, check out some information, see if that's a fit. By the way, if it is, I'll actually send you audio CDs that I've created as well that's got a lot more information to go with it. So I'll send that to the first 10 people that do register and sign up for this program. But the whole goal of this is to give you the online education and all the information. And then we have these actual live group calls that we do together. You can ask questions of us. So you can get that benefit of us, although it's not one-on-one, at least, one to many. So where you can actually get some of that feedback and wherever you are in your process. So the whole point is to get you guys to that 2030 goal that we're trying to get. Because we cannot, we can do it one-on-one, but it's tough between me and my coaches to try to get to 1,000 people to that goal in 2030. So we were like, we got to create something for more of you to give you guys that opportunity. And hey, for a fraction of the cost, what it costs to work with us one-on-one. So anyways, really excited. That's launching today. Like I said, the first 10 people even get some bonus audios that I've done as well. Some bonus extras that way. But amazing stuff. I just got done recording the videos last week, and oh my goodness, like there are some great content in there. Some of the best content I think I've created yet. So really excited for it. Even teaching everything from not just freeing up cash flow, but different types of investments and what those are, and even trying to create your anti-financial plan so you can try to create your own plan. Now, here's who it's for. If you're a DIYer, you're like, hey, I want to do it myself. I think I could do it. Great. Then take all the information out of our heads and use it in your own life, right? You don't need us then, one-on-one. And honestly, your ego might drive us away. So now you might not have a big ego, but I've had a lot of people with egos like, you know what, don't even hire us one-on-one because we don't want to work with you. If you're the type of person, you're so smart, great. Just take whatever's out of my head, make it your own and do it. For other people that are just trying to get that start, to try to figure out, well, hey, I'm starting to come into cash. What do I do with it? Great for you, right? If you're even just not quite to the few $100,000, but you're on your way there, or maybe you're just starting out, you're just trying to figure out how to free up cash because you're just paycheck to paycheck. You feel like you got to create some breathing room for yourself. This program's perfect for you. If you're just trying to kick our tires, you're not sure whether to hire us one-on-one, could be a great program for you. Who is it not for? If you're just going to take this and not do anything with it, do not get in our program, please. Like, again, we take our pride on getting actual results. That's the one thing that sets us apart from almost every other person out there. Besides the fact that we actually help people get results with investments and things like that, we want to make sure you're actually applying the information. So if you're not going to take the time to do it, then don't do it. If it's not the right time, don't do it. Maybe it's something you do in 2022 or beyond. But again, if it's something you think you're ready for it, you're ready for a change, you're ready to take it to that next level, and you've been waiting for something like this, now is your time. And I know many of you I've talked with personally, and I know you're listening right now. I've talked to you personally. This is the thing you've been waiting for months. Some of you guys for a few years, because we've been talking about it for a while. So anyways, guys, I don't want to go on and on about this. Just know if you want to get more information on that Wealth Accelerator Academy, go to moneyripples.com/WAA. You got at least a few $100,000 to invest. You're like, hey, maybe I want that one-on-one attention. Go to the contact us page, reach out to us, and we'll have one of our analysts do a cash flow review with you for free, complimentary. So anyways, guys, whole goal is get you to be financially independent by 2030, if not sooner. I think some of you guys might be able to do it in the next year or two, because I've talked to some of you, but there's others of you need that time, and you need to get going now to get that freedom so that you work because you want to, not because you have to, that you're able to have that ability to not only be free, but have that ability to breathe and look outside of yourself. Because when you're just caught up in your own daily life and your finances, you don't look at seeing what kind of lives you can bless. When that weight's lifted off your shoulders, right? And you're no longer just thinking like, well, how am I going to do this? Or you got cash just sitting around doing nothing for you. And that can start generating cash flow now, passive income, right? Where you don't have to keep working your tail off for it, that your money actually works for you. That is the kind of thing that we want to create, because as you do that, not only do you create a ripple effect from you and your immediate space, but imagine what this does for your children and your grandchildren, and how you can shift the way they think, how their results can actually be better than yours are. That is the kind of ripple effect I want to last way beyond me. That's my 100+ year plan, right? When I'm not even on this planet, I want you guys to take this stuff, apply it, free yourselves. And as you liberate yourself, watch what happens. You can help liberate others, including your own family members. So anyways, guys, make it a wonderful and prosperous week. I'll see you later.
Visit us online at moneyripples.com for more resources to help you fix money leaks and get your money working harder for you now.